My name is Eric Sinclair. My title is president of Montgomery's, and I've been in the business for 17 years. Montgomery's has a beautiful history. George Montgomery came to South Dakota and Dakota Territory in 1888 by train. When he got off the train in Alexandria, South Dakota, he was just a woodworker and started building caskets and furniture by hand.
And we have a picture of George Montgomery standing in the doorway of this little wooden shack on the dirt main street of Alexandria, which was the end of the railroad at that time. And so that was first generation. Second generation was a son-in-law and a son. And one of those sons was Connie's father.
My name is Connie Sinclair, and my husband and I own the business. I never ever even dreamt that I was in line to inherit the business. You know, it was really not anything that I ever thought about, and mainly because there was not any women in the business.
So that was 47 years ago.
And we had an opportunity to buy it, and that's when I went to work for Montgomery's, and my role was really pretty much everything. We were so small, and we had no money, and so I was like very resourceful. People that know me in my life today can't believe that I had a garden, I canned, I sewed all of our clothes. And in those days, in a small town, you were open 7 days a week and 2 nights. So we had long hours to cover with a really slim staff.
And we knew the business was in Sioux Falls. That's where, the opportunity really was. After we got our feet on the ground, I guess, so to speak, in Madison, we decided that we would open a store in Sioux Falls. So we came to Sioux Falls with nobody helping us and found a great partnership with Core Trust Bank, great Prairie Family Business members.
Prairie Family Business has been very integral in my growth. I was able to join an affinity peer group 7 or 8 years ago and get to know some really wonderful South Dakota family businesses. I've created lots of friends through that organization that I really hold dear to myself.
Giving back to the community has always pulled at the heartstrings of the Sinclairs. That's just where we've grown up, and I think Clark really led the pack on that one. He was on the school board, and he'd spend hours and hours and hours, and that's probably one of my first memories of giving back to the community. One thing is financially giving back, and the other thing is giving back of your time.
We're from Madison, my family, and we have a business in Madison. And then Madison had just flooded as a town. So we were able to shift, get a hold of another great family business, Nyberg's Ace, and start filling our delivery trucks with all kinds of sump pumps, sump hoses, everything that somebody would need to take care of that, and spent days as a work family just going house to house, taking furniture out of people's basements, getting them the equipment that they need.
A prom comes in asking for a donation, or it's a needy family that doesn't have any beds. I mean, I love that we really try to accommodate.
I am Neela Sinclair, and my role is just to do a lot of work that needs to happen. I get a phone call one day. I was working in my own job, and hey, do you want to come work in the family business? Okay, sure. And it was like, well, we're going to start by demoing a building to make a flooring store. I was the one on the scaffolding and ripping stuff down, so I really started kind of from the bottom up.
Our son and his wife decided they wanted to come back and start their own family and wanted to, be part of the business. And so we were excited about that. We knew at that point we needed to expand. So we got a new distribution center in order to fuel that growth or take care of that growth. And so when he came back into the business, we started looking for opportunities again. If I taught my son anything, it's more important how you do business than how much business you do.
Out of my career and all the things I've done in life, being a mother is probably my absolute favorite and the most important job I've ever had. If it's going to go another generation, I want them to be passionate about the business. That's one of the things we've really been blessed with Eric, is that when he came into the business, he was just passionate about it.
I'm always thinking, what can we do now with what our situation is? How are we going to get ourselves down the road? How are we going to make this a business for my kids and my grandkids if that's what they choose, And maybe that's not the choice they make, but I want this to be a business that survives and continues on, and whoever takes it over, I just want them to have the passion that Eric and I have, that this is something we're so proud of, that we really want to continue. There's just not many places in the U.S. that could say they've been around for 136 years. I mean, it is something to be proud about.